All right, so what's going on, everybody? It's JA. Welcome to the Friday show. Now, before you head into the weekend, of course, I got the latest and greatest going on here in the world of sneakers. So for today, it's a huge day for Kobe fans as we have 5 different Kobe's drop, which previously Vanessa Bryant, she promised she was working with Nike to try to get more pairs of Kobe's out there for the people. So with 5 different pairs dropping today, were there enough Kobe's to go around? Plus, it looks like we had a unexpected Yeezy Restock, which honestly felt like it came out of nowhere. Plus, some big Jordan brand shock drops that you may want to be on the lookout for. But of course, you guys know the drill. We're going to begin with some quick updates. First and foremost, we had Nike introduce the new TR1, which happens to be a brand new model from the LeBron line, which it looks like they're looking to expand the offerings over there. So not a bad looking sneaker, I must say so. But, you know, a lot of critics would say these look very similar to a lot of other stuff Nike's putting out. But I do appreciate the training theme, which is centered around this release. You know, LeBron goes hard in the gym and everything like that. So I think that's an organic, you know, theme and story behind this drop. And as far as this Dunkman colorway, this will be the first of many set to debut coming up here on September 13th. But more than likely, you know, you can expect to see these joints probably hitting the Nike outlet by this year's end. Now we got a little update on one of next year's most highly anticipated releases, the collab that I feel like nobody saw coming in the undefeated Jordan 4s. Now apparently these will be releasing alongside apparel, and as far as the sneakers, it looks like we will have 2 separate versions. So one featuring the classic OG Nike Air on the back versus the other pair, which will feature the Jumpman logo. So apparently Nike has some type of big rollout plan for these, but don't panic as these joints aren't set to drop until 2025. And then lastly, just a quick reminder, this was a sneaker that I felt like a lot of people were checking for. Well, a few of you guys should have been checking for. We have the Anthony Edwards 1. I believe they're calling these ruby red, but of course we all know they're kind of centered around the Georgia Bulldogs theme and everything like that. So a nice addition to the Anthony Edwards lineup. And you guys remember, be on the lookout as these will be dropping via Adidas and select retailers tomorrow, Saturday, September 7th. And with those quick updates out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into these releases, which, quick disclaimer, all of these stock numbers are actually provided by Eldon Monitor, so salute to them. As far as the stock numbers, it kind of helps determine the certain demand for particular releases. So first up, yesterday, we saw Nike hit us with a good old-fashioned shock drop of the OG Air Foamposite 1. This is the Royal colorway, which I believe they kind of renamed International Royal for unknown reasons. So as far as this pair right here, we saw roughly 6,000 pairs for the shock drop, which Nike likes to do time to time to kind of boost up the hype for particular releases. So as far as the big drop, you guys can look forward to these dropping via the sneakers app on the 13th for a retail of $240. And as far as the Foamposite, Nike's been doing a lot of great things with this model. We had the DMV release, which created a lot of buzz, and now we got the return of an OG right here with the Royal colorway, which we did see drop already internationally. So there's a decent amount of pairs of these already on the market. But as far as the shock drop, and then we got the big release coming up here soon. Now next up, we have a classic in the Air 180, a good old classic from Tinker Hatfield, originally debuted back in '91. Now I don't believe that this is actually an OG colorway, but I would say as far as the colors, definitely something that would have dropped around that time. So not a bad release. Nike did drop around 4,000 pairs of these, so not a bad looking shoe. But as far as this pair right here, I feel like these are one of those joints that you would have picked up in the clearance rack back in the day. Now as far as these Kobe's, we have 5 different pairs to choose from, and of course I would say the big story kind of surrounding these releases was, you know, previously Vanessa Bryant, she said she was going to be working with Nike to try to get more Kobe's out there for the people. You know, these are like very big collectible items for many people, and as far as like basketball sneakers, some of the most popular, you know, that you see so many people rocking on the court nowadays. So as far as these releases, we mentioned 5 pairs. These didn't drop via sneakers, but on Nike as well as select retailers. So the first pair, we had the Kobe 8 Pro Tro. This is the Lakers away colorway. So this is the first of 2 Lakers themed colorways. I felt like out of all the pairs, being that this was a black colorway, I thought this was the most popular. Nike did drop around 10,000 pairs of these. So as far as the next pair, we had the University Red colorway, which I feel like is one of your more like, you know, bland, like almost like a NBA 2K player type of sneaker right here. Nah, but they're still Kobe's. They dropped around 7,000 pairs of these. So a nice all red joint right here. Now for the other Lakers pair, which we have the home colorway, just featuring a simple all white color scheme, little hints of purple and gold on there. Nike blessed us with around 10,000 pairs of these joints to go around for the people. Also, it's important to note that these did drop in kid sizes as well. Now for the wolf gray pair, which is probably the most bland out of all of them, or actually nah, I would say probably the navy pair, but as far as this wolf gray pair, they did drop around 7,000 pairs of these. And then the college navy pair, which I believe was the last one to sell out, they did drop around 10,000 pairs of these right here. So as I mentioned, we did have sellouts across the board, although we did have 5 new colorways to pick from with a decent amount of stock. I would say for each pair, when you add them all together, you know, a decent amount to go around, as well as kid sizes and everything like that. But it still seems like the demand surpasses the amount of stock, and these joints are sell out across the board. It's either that, or I guess we should say resellers are eating up everything. So as far as with these Kobe drops right here, I was thinking that maybe resellers would possibly stay away from these with so many pairs dropping, but it looks like that game continues as they're looking to profit, even if they're just making like 10 bucks or so on these joints right here. It looks like these joints completely sold out. So let me know if any of you guys picked up any of these Kobe releases today. And for Yeezy, we had a Los Angeles archive drop that many people were anticipating due to the fact that they previewed the 2020 Vision Yay hoodies. Remember the heavyweight purple joint that dropped during that 2020 campaign run, if you guys recall. Now, as far as that drop, those originally released at like, I think 200, maybe like $300 or something. You guys are gonna have to correct me in the comments, but as far as that release being is that these are dropping via the Los Angeles archive, you know, I was very curious about pricing and everything like that. You know, they've been blessing us each week with these exclusive drops, and then on the website, they generally keep the unreleased Yeezy Gap mainline stuff generally in stock. So if you want to check out any of their releases, head over to the Los Angeles archive.com. Now, as far as yesterday's drop, they also teased a big surprise as well, which we're going to get into here. I was completely shocked to see these restock, but as far as the release, we saw the Free Hoover t-shirts, which if you guys recall the concert, remember that Drake joint? That was a cool little event. As far as the merch, they included the t-shirts, which come in at 45 bucks, and then you have the hoodies as well, which they dropped at $40, which I don't know why the hoodies were cheaper than the t-shirts, but whatever, who's complaining at these prices? Now, as far as these designs, just simple graphic font or whatever, but it's more so about like the cut and the fit and everything like that. So 2 classic pieces. You guys may want to pick it up as like a, you know, a collector's item from that show or whatever. Now, next up, we have the Yeezy Season 6 long sleeve. So if you're just in the market for like a heavyweight, very high quality long sleeve t-shirt, they dropped these for 30 bucks, but you guys can also grab the mainline Yeezy Gap long sleeve, which they have coming in at just 20 bucks. But as far as like the quality on the Season 6 stuff, far superior, I would say, and definitely worth the $30 asking price point. And then we had the big drop in the 2020 Vision double layered hoodie. This joint was also nicknamed the Perfect Hoodie. So nice crop, heavyweight, beautiful purple color, just like the best hoodie I've ever worn. So this joint right here originally was coming in with a hefty retail price point, and then the Los Angeles archive, they actually dropped them at 110 bucks. So what do you guys think about the price right here? I would say not bad, you know, given the you know, A1 quality on these joints right here and the original retail price. I think the last sale on StockX, somebody sold these for like 300 bucks or something like that. So I would say definitely a great price. So let me know if any of you guys pick these up. And then the big restock that I was absolutely shocked to see, we had the Yeezy Pods, which they dropped for 20 bucks. So Ye's first independent footwear endeavor, you know, after cutting ties or severing his ties with Adidas. So Yeezy Pods for 20 bucks. So I was shocked to see they had these joints size 1, 2, or 3 available. And with them dropping the Yeezy Pods, do you guys feel like the shipping will be faster with the Los Angeles archive versus the original Yeezy drop? I would say Most definitely. So kind of shocked to see these. Now, as far as the demand for the Yeezy pods, I would say the demand isn't crazy or anything like that, given the fact that these just dropped at 20 bucks. I'm seeing like on StockX, these are barely going for above retail. But I think another cool way to grab a pair of Yeezy pods, maybe if you didn't grab them from the initial drop. And as I mentioned previously, shipping should be a lot faster, than the original Yeezy drop. So Los Angeles Archive drop, a lot of great pieces. A restock I didn't see coming from nowhere. Plus we had the 2020 Vision double layer hoodie drop. Let me know if you guys grabbed anything in the comments down below. And lastly, from Jordan Brand, they shocked us all with a good old fashioned shock drop, which hit the sneakers app at 10 a.m. Eastern. So they blessed us with the Nigel 4s. Now, as far as this drop, we had roughly about a little under 2,000 pairs, which may not seem like a lot, but given the fact that this was a true shock drop with no prior notification or anything like that, it actually gave people a decent chance to grab these. Plus, you had a lot of people on Nike's app trying to get the Kobe's or whatever. So salute if you were able to grab those. It was actually the smoke gray pair, which it would have been really nice if they would have blessed us with the green joints, but hey, who's complaining? Now, we got some official images which have loaded for various upcoming Jordan Brand models, which could be an indication that a lot of these pairs could be dropping soon. So first up, we have the Jordan 11 Columbias, which are going to be making a comeback this holiday season for Jordan Brand's annual holiday 11 release. So joints are looking clean, although I'm not one of them people that like the icy blue sole. I prefer like the clear OG soles with yellow over time, but these joints are nice. One of the big complaints though that I'm seeing rampant in the comments based off these official images is the cut of the patent leather, which a lot of people are complaining that the cut is too high. So it's one of those things where you either like the high cut or the low cut. Personally, I would say, like throwing out all the history and everything out the door, I think the 11s actually look better with this higher cut right here. Now, next up, we have the Fear 4s, which I can't recall the exact year, but these are one of these like re-retros. I think Jordan Brand originally brought out in like, I want to say 2014, if I'm not mistaken. So not an OG pair, but a decent release there. Some people have some nostalgia, tied towards. So as far as this release right here, we got the official images, which this comment right here stood out to me. I seen somebody saying that these remind them of a combination of the Black Thunder 4s, the White Thunder 4s, and then those cement gray Paris 4s, which I was like, bruh, this is the current state of sneakers that we're in right now. But as far as this pair right here, joints are not bad, and Jordan 4s are definitely hot right now with the release of the White Thunder 4. So we'll see how these joints do when they drop. I think this will be an interesting one. Originally, I thought these would be something that nobody would care about, but seems like the stock may be rising a little bit here on the Jordan 4. And then lastly, we got the classic black toe Jordan 1s. Of course, these will be dropping in reimagined form, which it seems like people can either love or hate a reimagined release. Remember, we had the reimagined 4s, the bread joints, and then think of like the suede finish on those Royals. So it could go either way. But as far as this release, Jordan Brand like tied a little story, centered around the new Air Jordan font, which is going to be on this pair right here. They got some special edition packaging and all that good stuff, which I could really care less about. But as far as this release, it seems like people are still divided, but I would think a majority of people are saying that they really hate the Air Jordan font on these joints right here. So we'll see if they keep that energy, once these joints do drop. But I don't know why, I just have a strong feeling that Jordan Brand, may actually make these limited. They're tired of people playing with their name when it comes to these releases, and being as that this one is a classic, I think they may want to do this one a little limited, maybe, cater towards the collectors, but we'll see, of course, how it goes. Now, given that we have all of these official images loaded, which have come courtesy of Eldon Monitor, salute to them on that. They also did tweet out saying there is one reason and one reason only on why Nike loads images this early. So what do you guys think it is? Do you think that they're planning on a shock drop? As I did mention previously, they like to do these little shock drops in limited amounts to kind of boost up the hype and anticipation for some of these upcoming releases. And given that the holiday season is right around the corner, I could definitely see Nike trying to spice things up, with some shock drops, as a lot of these pairs are highly anticipated, by the sneaker community. So we'll have to wait and see how they plan to play things out. But as far as like shock drops and everything like that, it's not something I get too excited about, as these shoes are going to drop anyways, given their respected release date. So we're gonna wrap things up right here, but of course, before we bounce, I did want to end things off, of course, with the poll of the day, where I simply ask you guys, yes or no, do you still pay resale for sneakers here in 2024? Of course, we know there's been a big boom over the last few years as far as like reselling of sneakers. It's always been a thing, but I think it's became more popular, you know, with the introduction of apps like StockX and Go and all that good stuff. But here in 2024, it seems like a lot of people are no longer paying for resale, as the majority of you guys, we had a little over 1,000 votes. It looks like 77% of you guys say that you no longer pay resale here in 2024. So I gotta clap that one up, salute. I would have to say, as far as myself, here in 2024, I actually have not paid resale myself either. For me, it's either retail, or if I do pay, you know, for something via the secondary market, it's only going to be because they're going for under retail. But as far as paying resale, you know, I'm not like saying I wouldn't. If there's something that I really like, I will go for them paying resale. It's just that there's simply, you know, been nothing that's going to make me want to go out my way to spend the extra dollars, you know, to pay resale for. As far as like all the hyped up collaborations, you know, I'm not really about those, and I kind of like changed my buying habits as far as sneakers. I'm kind of going for more like just the classic GR type of releases, just going for silhouettes that I like, and not really going for like the hype and limited stuff. But let me know what you guys think down below. Let me know if your buying habits have changed here in 2024, and appreciate everybody that participated in the poll, which you guys can always find via the community tab here for this YouTube channel. So salute to everybody for tuning in. If you guys made it all the way through the end, I appreciate y'all, man. Go ahead and drop a salute in the comments below. You guys are very appreciated. So I'm out, y'all. I will catch you guys on Monday. In the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed. I'm JA, and I am out, y'all. Stay safe this weekend. Salute.